Okay, so if you're watching this, this is the very first official kickoff of my poker vlog. And as I think about what I'm trying to do and the goals I'm trying to accomplish is I want to go from, let's say, average Joe to poker pro. And what that means to me is basically starting from scratch, $0, and then winning, a bracelet, World Series, a WPT title, win something, but actually go from zero. And I want to show my journey along the way. Now, I have to say, I'm not brand new at poker, right? I would say 20 years ago, I played poker. Poker was my life. It was my career. And I made a lot of money. And at the time, my parents made me feel bad about playing cards because they're like, oh, you're gambling. And to this day, I feel like I will tell you, no, you are not gambling playing poker. It is a strategy game, and money is how they keep score. Now, other games like craps and roulette, those are truly game of chances. And you have no influence on the outcome. Where when you play poker, you can influence the outcome. Now, you can gamble. Poker is like when you're just, not playing the odds, you're not playing a strategy, and you're just hoping to win. That's more of the gambling side. That's the chance side of things. But truly, poker is a game of strategy. It's like chess with money. And as I did that back in the day, I got off, started owning my own business. I went into restaurant business. I went into building an app. I have a marketing agency, all stemmed from my poker winnings, kind of leveraging those to get me in business. So let's fast forward 10 or 15 years now, and I'm back. The world has changed. The poker game has changed. And I haven't played cards in a very long time, right? Past 10 years ago, I've stopped playing, never played again. I got back into it a little bit, and I realized that I absolutely love playing cards. And the reason why I love playing cards is because I'm good at it. Whether that's, playing a good strategy, whether that's reading people well, or just intuition of when to make a good call or fold. And with all that being said, it's like, I don't feel like I'm really good at much, but I'm really good at this. And because of that, I want to lean into that. I think I'm mediocre with a lot of things. I'm not an athlete, but I can hang, right? I can't dunk a ball, but I can shoot one. And I'll probably miss most of the time. So, growing up, I think even for kids, they have this enormous pressure of you have to be this athlete to be cool and this and that. And I wasn't that, man. I struggled along. I mean, I have coordination, but I am definitely, I wouldn't say that I'm an athlete. With all that being said, poker has what I fell in love with. And again, if I'm able to go from nothing to winning a huge tournament, that's a big accomplishment. And I've come close, but I've never really focused on saying, okay, I'm going after a bracelet or tournaments. At the time playing poker, a lot of it was cash games, and I just made a lot of money just from cash games. So along this journey, I was thinking all right, I want to document the journey. If this can work, I'm gonna write down and write a book about strategies and what to do. And really the first thing that I found was, so first let me just set the stage. One, I decided to go on this journey a couple months ago. And I'm like, okay, I want to do this again. I'm gonna start from zero, and we're gonna try to make some money from it. So I found free tournaments that allowed me to play in a game, and they have a cash prize of either $100 or $200. And I currently live in Florida, and what Florida does is it says, hey, restaurant, sports bar, we're gonna let you, host the poker game here. We're gonna host a poker game here for people to come in and buy their drinks, buy their food, and make enough money there. So they have 20, 30 people, 40 people come play poker, and it's like kind of winner take all. So I've been playing a lot of those. I've actually cashed in about 3 or 4 now. And my initial milestone says, all right, I want to build, if I'm gonna go on this journey, there has to be milestones that I have to hit. And the first milestone has to be, all right, I have to get enough money to start playing in cash games, which will allow me to have buy-ins to smaller tournaments, small multi-table tournaments. So for the past few months, I've been playing once, twice a week. And you know, when you get down to the final 3 to final 4, people start splitting, and you know, your $100 turns into $25, or your $200 turns into $50. And that's kind of what it's been. So I've cashed up to $250 right now. And I think my first milestone is $300. That's where I'm aiming for. So I'm about $50 away from that. So with that being said, I want to document this whole thing, right? So I have been taking a camera into, I bought this like GoPro, and I have been taking it into, you know, documenting my hands, kind of telling people where I'm playing at, because I'm all over this city. So they have tournaments like every week, every day of the week, and they're all over the city. And one thing that I thought was important was getting a poker journal. And that's important because I need to understand my win rates. I need to understand when I'm playing good, when I'm playing bad, what hands played out the right way, what hands played out the wrong way, keeping a steady flow of my, you know, my bankroll and games that I'm playing, and what games I'm most profitable at, or where, right? There might be you know, a place that I seem to win a lot because of the style of players there. And I wanted to see kind of the holes in my game, but also any patterns that need to be broken or need to be like elevated. So I went to Amazon, I was looking up poker journals, and I didn't really find one. I bought a few of them, and none of them really were profound. So the first thing that I did was I decided to, you know, I think I'm gonna make a poker journal. And I'm a designer, I love design, I'm a marketer person, right? So I understand marketing. So I created a cool journal that you can actually buy on website. Now, that set me on a whole nother mission, which I should have documented, but I didn't. And I thought to myself, wow, that has elevated me as just even as a person, right? Elevated me. I grew because I had to learn how to publish a book on Amazon. I had to learn how to, I mean, I know how to design, but I didn't know how to put together a journal or a book. So I used certain softwares, and that took me probably 4 or 5 months. So I came out with this book, The Ultimate Poker Journal, and I think I'm gonna do a version 2 at this point, because I have elevated, and I feel I've gotten some feedback and some things that I can make better. And I thought, man, we need to do a version 2. So I'm doing that. Alongside, as some of these tournaments I'm winning, I'm also documenting and writing down how I'm playing, what hands I should be playing, in what positions, how to identify certain styles of play and play against those. All that is happening now, and it's cool. So I'm totally gonna document this journey and the background of how I'm putting all this together, because eventually I wanna teach people how to go from 0 to winning a bracelet. Now, of course, I don't want you to play against me. Don't win against me, win against other people. There's a lot of people out in this world who play cards, go play them. Don't play my own strategies against me. Ugh, but it's probably gonna happen. That's exciting. Hey, I actually be, I'll be thrilled if that happens, because some people are listening, like, what, you're listening to what I talk about? But back in the day, you know, I had a mentor named Tom Rini, and he told me, he said, you know, you were one of the best players I knew in the city, if not the best. And that holds high regards to me, because he's an old school guy. Unfortunately, he passed away, but he was an old school guy who I really looked up to, and he played cards all the time. And as I talked to my friends and I told them what Tom said, they seconded. They're like, hey, Mike, you were feared, you were respected. And you know, that I had a lot of compliments for that, so that made me feel good. So moving forward, I'm excited to come back into this world and I want to share with you what that looks like. I want to take you guys along the journey. So there has been content I've already created, maybe things before this that you can see, but I'm going to start doing it in chronological order so that if someone comes in, you know, in the beginning, they can kind of see this whole evolution of how it worked. So if you've stayed along to listen to all of this, my rambling, first of all, I appreciate it. And I promise you, I'm gonna deliver the best content. I'm gonna share with you the best strategies that I have found that's gonna take me there. And I promise to do giveaways and crazy stuff. And I would love to build a community of people to where we can all talk poker and kind of learn from each other. And I don't see a lot of that right now. Poker is very competitive, so of course it has a competitive nature, but at the core of things, I am a giver and I want to help people get there. Even when I'm playing, like I don't give advice at the table, but even last night someone asked me some couple questions about, oh, would you play that hand in this way? I said, you should have paid attention, because you know, this lady came in for a raise and this guy calls, and then next hand he goes all in, and she said, well, how did I play that hand wrong? And I was thinking to myself, I was like, well, I told her, I said, I would first, you know, looking that you're about to raise, the people ahead of you, how many chips do they have, right? Like, are you gonna, that guy ended up calling that bet. He was pot committed. There was nothing else he could do but go all in. So, you know, she had to prepare herself for that. So does that mean you raise a little bit, you don't raise, you just call? Or do you put him all in to make him make that decision right now? So that's just something quick. I don't know, I go deeper into that, but that was a whole scenario that happened. Anyways, but I'm excited. Thank you for joining on the journey. This is the official launch of the kickoff of the going from average Joe to poker pro. Thank you for listening, and I appreciate it.